Your soulmate is holding back a secret they never wanted you to know. Don't wait, open this now. Don't scroll. Listen to this. This message is for you. Your heart needs this right now. If your eyes landed on these words today, don't dismiss this moment too quickly, because sometimes life has a mysterious way of bringing us exactly what we need when our hearts are finally ready to receive it. Out of the thousands of messages you could have seen, somehow this one found you. That isn't something you have to force yourself to believe is meaningful, but it may be an invitation to pause, breathe, and reflect on what your heart has been trying to tell you for a long time. There is something quietly unfolding behind the scenes of your life, something you cannot fully see yet, and it involves the person whose soul feels deeply connected to yours. Your soulmate is carrying a secret. It is not a secret born from manipulation or cruelty. It is a secret born from fear, vulnerability, and the hope that one day they might finally find the courage to let their heart speak honestly. They never wanted you to know they were carrying this weight because they believed hiding it would somehow protect both of you. Instead, the silence has only made the burden heavier. Don't scroll. Listen to this. This message is for you. Your heart needs this right now. For longer than you realize, your soulmate has been fighting a battle that almost no one around them can see. On the outside they appear composed. They smile when people expect them to smile. They handle responsibilities. They continue moving through ordinary days. Yet every quiet evening, every peaceful morning, every moment when distractions disappear leaves them alone with the same thought. They cannot stop wondering what might have happened if they had trusted their heart instead of their fear. They replay conversations with you in their mind, remembering details they once overlooked. They remember the way you listened without judging. They remember how you encouraged them during moments when they doubted themselves. They remember the calm they felt simply being around you. At the time they believed those moments would always be there. They assumed there would be another conversation, another opportunity, another chance to explain what they never found the courage to say. But life has a way of teaching us that some opportunities feel endless only until they begin slipping away. That realization has become impossible for them to ignore. Don't scroll. Listen to this. This message is for you. Your heart needs this right now. The secret they are holding isn't about pretending they never cared. In fact, it is the exact opposite. The truth is that your presence affected them much more deeply than they ever admitted. They tried convincing themselves that what they felt would fade with time. They buried themselves in work, routines, distractions, and obligations. They told themselves they were simply imagining the connection. But every attempt to silence their emotions only made those emotions return stronger than before. They began noticing that the happiest moments in their day somehow reminded them of you. A beautiful sunset. A favorite song. A familiar street. A quiet cup of coffee before sunrise. Ordinary moments suddenly carried extraordinary memories because your energy had quietly become part of the way they experienced the world. That realization frightened them. Not because love itself frightened them, but because genuine feelings require honesty, and honesty asks us to become vulnerable. They weren't sure they were ready for that. So instead of speaking, they remained silent. Instead of opening their heart, they convinced themselves it was safer to hide what they truly felt. Yet every day that passed made that silence heavier. Don't scroll. Listen to this. This message is for you. Your heart needs this right now. Have you been feeling different lately? Perhaps you've noticed yourself becoming calmer than you used to be. Maybe situations that once stole your peace no longer have the same power over you. Maybe you've begun realizing that your happiness cannot depend entirely on whether someone else recognizes your worth. Those changes matter. They are evidence that your own heart has been healing. You are becoming someone who values authenticity over approval, peace over chaos, and consistency over empty promises. That quiet transformation has changed the way you carry yourself. You no longer chase people who repeatedly leave you questioning your value. You no longer feel the need to explain your heart to those determined not to understand it. Instead, you've started trusting that the people meant to walk beside you will eventually recognize your light without you having to dim it or defend it. Ironically, it is this very transformation that your soulmate has begun noticing from afar. They see someone stronger than before. Someone gentler with themselves. Someone who has survived difficult seasons without allowing bitterness to become part of their identity. They admire that more than you know. Don't scroll. Listen to this. This message is for you. Your heart needs this right now. Lately, strange little moments have been catching both of your attention. Perhaps you've looked at the clock and noticed 11:11 just as you were thinking about a new beginning. Maybe 2:22 appeared when you were wondering whether to trust the timing of your life. Maybe 444 caught your eye during a difficult day when you needed reassurance that you were moving in the right direction. Many people view repeating numbers as gentle reminders to pause, become present, and reflect on what truly matters. Whether they hold spiritual meaning for you or simply encourage mindfulness, they can serve as invitations to listen more closely to your own heart. Your soulmate has been experiencing similar moments. Every time they slow down long enough to notice them, your memory quietly returns. At first they dismissed it as coincidence. Then it happened again. And again. Eventually they stopped arguing with themselves and simply accepted one undeniable truth. You still matter to them. More than they ever intended. More than they ever admitted. More than they ever expected. That truth became the secret they have been carrying in silence. Don't scroll. Listen to this. This message is for you. Your heart needs this right now. They have imagined countless conversations with you, conversations that only exist inside their own mind because fear continues interrupting before courage can take over. They imagine apologizing for moments when they failed to understand you. They imagine thanking you for the patience you showed when they couldn't yet appreciate it. They imagine telling you that your kindness never went unnoticed. It simply took them longer than they wished to admit to fully understand its value. Sometimes they even picture themselves laughing with you about ordinary things, realizing that the moments they miss most aren't dramatic events but the simple peace they felt whenever you were around. That realization has changed the way they define love. They no longer believe love is measured by excitement alone. They have begun understanding that lasting love grows through trust, emotional safety, honesty, and the quiet comfort of being fully yourself with another person. Those are the qualities they now associate with you. Don't scroll. Listen to this. This message is for you. Your heart needs this right now. While they continue carrying this secret, your own journey continues unfolding in beautiful ways. Every challenge you've survived has strengthened your resilience. Every disappointment has sharpened your discernment. Every unanswered question has gently guided you toward trusting yourself more deeply. You are becoming someone who no longer settles for uncertainty disguised as affection. You are learning that genuine love should create peace rather than constant confusion. That lesson has transformed your energy, and your soulmate can feel it. They recognize that you are no longer waiting for someone else to complete your life. Instead, you are building a meaningful life of your own. Oddly enough, that realization doesn't push them away. It draws them closer. They admire your independence because they finally understand it isn't distance, it is emotional maturity. They admire your strength because they know it was earned through difficult experiences. Most of all, they admire your heart because despite everything you've endured, you still choose kindness. That choice inspires them more than they can explain. Don't scroll. Listen to this. This message is for you. Your heart needs this right now. Yet beneath all of these realizations, one fear continues whispering inside their mind. They wonder if waiting so long has cost them the opportunity to be honest with you. They wonder if your heart has already found a new chapter while they remain trapped in the old one. They wonder whether the silence they believed would protect everything has instead become the very thing that placed distance between you. Those questions have become impossible to ignore. They are beginning to understand that some secrets are never meant to stay hidden forever. Some truths grow louder the longer they remain unspoken. And the secret they have been protecting is reaching that point now. Every passing day makes it more difficult to keep pretending everything is ordinary. Every quiet moment reminds them that authenticity requires courage. They don't know exactly how or when the truth will finally come to light, but they can feel that the season of silence is slowly coming to an end. There is one final piece of this story they have not yet faced, one truth hidden even deeper than the secret itself. The moment they finally confront it, they will have to choose between protecting their fear or revealing everything their heart has been trying to say. That decision is closer than either of you realizes, and when it finally arrives, it will change the direction of this entire journey forever. Don't scroll. Listen to this. This message is for you. Your heart needs this right now. The secret your soulmate has been carrying did not begin overnight. It wasn't created in a single moment, and it wasn't born from a lack of love. It grew little by little, hidden beneath every sentence they never finished, every emotion they quietly swallowed, and every opportunity they convinced themselves would come again someday. They believed they had more time. They believed there would always be another chance to explain what was really happening inside their heart. But now, as life continues moving forward, they have begun realizing that some moments never repeat themselves exactly the same way twice. That realization has become impossible to ignore. Every morning they wake up with the same thought quietly waiting for them before the rest of the world becomes busy. It isn't a dramatic voice demanding attention. It's gentle, persistent, and deeply honest. It simply asks one question over and over again. How much longer can I pretend this secret doesn't exist? They don't have an answer anymore. The silence that once felt safe has slowly become heavier than the truth itself. Don't scroll. Listen to this. This message is for you. Your heart needs this right now. The truth they have been hiding is far more emotional than anyone around them realizes. They have never admitted how often they think about you. They have never told anyone that certain songs instantly remind them of your voice. They have never confessed that they still remember small details about conversations you probably forgot long ago. They remember the way you smiled when you were genuinely happy. They remember how your eyes reflected kindness before you even spoke a word. They remember how you had an incredible ability to make people feel heard without making the conversation about yourself. Those memories never disappeared. They simply became quieter while life became louder. Now that life has slowed down enough for them to hear their own heart again, every one of those memories has returned with unexpected clarity. It feels almost as though time has been patiently preserving them until your soulmate was emotionally mature enough to understand what they truly meant. They are beginning to realize that the greatest moments in life are rarely the loudest ones. Sometimes the most meaningful memories are ordinary afternoons, simple conversations, shared laughter, or peaceful silence beside someone who makes the world feel lighter. Those are the moments they now miss the most. Don't scroll. Listen to this. This message is for you. Your heart needs this right now. Have you noticed yourself becoming more peaceful lately? Maybe you're no longer reacting to situations that once stole your sleep. Maybe you've started protecting your emotional energy instead of giving it away to people who only appreciate you when it's convenient. Perhaps you've realized that genuine love never asks you to abandon your own identity. These aren't small changes. They are signs of emotional growth. Every difficult season you've survived has quietly strengthened your spirit. Every disappointment taught you how to recognize sincerity more clearly. Every delay helped you become someone who values consistency over empty promises. That transformation is visible even if you don't fully recognize it yourself. Your soulmate certainly notices it. They see someone who has stopped chasing validation. Someone who walks through life with quiet confidence instead of constant doubt. Someone who has learned that peace is more valuable than attention. Ironically, the stronger you become within yourself, the more deeply your soulmate feels drawn toward you. They expected time to weaken their feelings. Instead, watching your growth has only deepened their admiration. Don't scroll. Listen to this. This message is for you. Your heart needs this right now. There have been nights when your soulmate sat alone, replaying moments they once considered insignificant. They remember times when you encouraged them even while carrying your own struggles. They remember how patient you were during seasons when they themselves were confused. They remember the compassion you showed toward people who never thanked you for it. Looking back now, they recognize something extraordinary. You never loved people because it was easy. You loved people because kindness had become part of your character. That realization has humbled them more than they can explain. They have started asking themselves difficult questions. Why did they spend so much time searching for excitement while overlooking emotional safety? Why did they mistake certainty for connection when genuine connection had quietly been standing in front of them? Why did fear become louder than honesty? Those questions follow them into every quiet moment because deep inside they already know the answers. They were afraid of becoming vulnerable. They were afraid of being fully seen. Most of all, they were afraid that opening their heart completely would leave them with nothing to hide behind if things didn't work out. So instead of taking the risk, they chose silence. Now they understand that silence has its own consequences. Sometimes the words we never say become the heaviest ones we carry. Don't scroll. Listen to this. This message is for you. Your heart needs this right now. Around this same time, life has been sending your soulmate gentle reminders that they can no longer dismiss. They glance at a clock and notice 11:11. Later they see 2:22 while thinking about forgiveness. Then 4:44 appears during a quiet evening when your name unexpectedly enters their mind. Many people interpret repeating numbers differently. Some view them as invitations to pause and reflect. Others simply see them as meaningful patterns that encourage mindfulness. Whatever they represent to you, they have become moments that cause your soulmate to slow down and become honest with themselves. Every time one of these moments appears, they stop running from their emotions. They stop pretending they don't care. They stop convincing themselves that everything is fine. Instead, they admit what has been true all along. You still occupy a place in their heart that no one else has been able to fill. They never planned for that to happen. They never wanted to admit it because doing so would mean facing the secret they have hidden for so long. Yet the truth continues growing stronger with every passing day. Don't scroll. Listen to this. This message is for you. Your heart needs this right now. While your soulmate is learning to face their own heart honestly, your journey continues unfolding with beautiful purpose. You have been learning that not every delay is a punishment. Sometimes life creates distance so both people have the opportunity to grow into healthier versions of themselves. You've become wiser about who deserves your trust. You've become more patient with yourself. You've stopped blaming yourself for every misunderstanding. Instead, you've begun recognizing that another person's inability to understand your value never reduced your worth. That realization has become one of your greatest strengths. There is now a calmness in the way you carry yourself. You don't rush to force connections. You don't panic when things don't happen according to your schedule. You are beginning to trust that whatever truly belongs in your life will arrive through honesty instead of confusion. Your soulmate notices this peace from afar, and it inspires them. They have begun changing parts of their own life because of the example your growth has quietly set. They are becoming more patient with others. More willing to apologize when they're wrong. More interested in listening than proving themselves right. You may never realize how much your quiet example has influenced them, but it has. Sometimes the people who change our lives the most are the ones who never intended to teach us anything at all. Don't scroll. Listen to this. This message is for you. Your heart needs this right now. The secret your soulmate has been carrying is no longer simply about hidden feelings. It has become something much deeper. They are secretly afraid that while they were learning these lessons, your heart may have already moved into a new season. They wonder whether someone else now appreciates the kindness they once overlooked. They wonder whether the conversations they dream about are conversations that may never happen because too much time has passed. That fear follows them everywhere. It isn't jealousy. It isn't regret alone. It is the realization that opportunities should never be taken for granted. For the first time in their life, they understand that love is not something you assume will always be waiting. It is something that must be met with courage while the opportunity still exists. This understanding has changed them more than any experience they have ever lived through. Yet there is another secret they have buried even deeper than the one they already carry, a truth they have never admitted to another living soul because they believed speaking it aloud would make it too real. They have convinced themselves they can continue hiding it, but destiny has a way of bringing hidden truths into the light when hearts are finally ready to face them. That moment is drawing closer every day, and when the final secret is revealed, neither your soulmate nor you will ever see this connection the same way again. Don't scroll. Listen to this. This message is for you. Your heart needs this right now. The secret your soulmate has been carrying has reached a point where it no longer feels like something they are hiding from you. It has become something they are hiding from themselves. Every day they wake up hoping the feelings will become easier to ignore, yet every passing moment seems to bring another reminder that their heart has already made a decision their mind is still trying to argue with. They have spent so much time pretending they were unaffected, convincing themselves that staying silent was the mature thing to do, believing distance would somehow erase emotions that never truly disappeared. Instead, the silence has only magnified everything. The words they never spoke have become louder than any conversation they ever had. The moments they tried to forget have become the ones they remember most clearly. It is almost as if life itself keeps gently placing your memory in front of them, not to trap them in the past, but to remind them of a truth they can no longer outrun. They are beginning to understand that some connections change who we are forever, whether we acknowledge them immediately or not. Don't scroll. Listen to this. This message is for you. Your heart needs this right now. There was one evening that changed everything. It wasn't a dramatic event. It wasn't a grand revelation. It was simply a quiet moment after a long day when they finally allowed themselves to stop running. They sat alone with their thoughts, and for the first time in a very long time, they stopped distracting themselves. No television. No endless scrolling. No conversations to drown out the silence. Just their own heart. That was the moment they realized something that frightened them. Every future they imagined somehow included the qualities they admired most in you. They imagined a life filled with honesty, peace, loyalty, kindness, and emotional safety, and suddenly they understood that they weren't imagining an ideal relationship. They were remembering how they always felt whenever you were part of their life. The realization hit them so deeply that they had to close their eyes for a moment. They whispered to themselves, "How did I not see this before?" That question echoed through their heart because there was no simple answer. Sometimes we only recognize the value of peace after we've experienced enough chaos to understand the difference. Sometimes we only recognize genuine love after spending too much time chasing temporary excitement. They finally understand that lesson now. Don't scroll. Listen to this. This message is for you. Your heart needs this right now. While your soulmate has been uncovering these truths, something equally beautiful has been happening inside you. You have been growing beyond the version of yourself that constantly questioned whether you were enough. You have slowly released the habit of measuring your worth through someone else's attention. You have started trusting your own instincts instead of waiting for everyone else to approve your decisions. That transformation did not happen overnight. It happened every time you chose healing instead of resentment. It happened every time you forgave yourself for mistakes you couldn't change. It happened every time you decided that protecting your peace was not selfish but necessary. Today you carry yourself differently. There is a quiet confidence in your spirit that wasn't there before. You don't need to prove your value because you've finally begun believing in it yourself. That inner peace has become one of the most beautiful things about you, and whether you realize it or not, other people notice it immediately. Your soulmate certainly does. They can sense that you've become emotionally stronger. They see someone who has learned to love without losing themselves. That realization fills them with admiration, but it also awakens a deep fear. They begin wondering whether they have grown quickly enough to meet you where you are now. Don't scroll. Listen to this. This message is for you. Your heart needs this right now. Have you been noticing little moments that seem strangely meaningful? Perhaps you looked at the clock and saw 11. 11 just as you were thinking about letting go of something that no longer serves you. Maybe 3:33 appeared while you were praying, reflecting, or quietly hoping for clarity. Perhaps 444 caught your attention during a difficult day when you needed reassurance that you were stronger than your circumstances. Many people view these repeating numbers as gentle reminders to pause, breathe, and reconnect with what truly matters. Whether they feel deeply spiritual to you or simply encourage mindfulness, let them remind you that growth often happens long before visible results appear. Seeds spend time beneath the soil before anyone sees them bloom. In the same way, hearts often change quietly before anyone notices the transformation. Your soulmate is living through that transformation now. Every day they become a little more honest. Every day they become a little less afraid of their own emotions. Every day they move one step closer to admitting what has been true all along. Don't scroll. Listen to this. This message is for you. Your heart needs this right now. Recently they found themselves talking with someone about what real love actually means. They expected the conversation to stay casual, but instead it became deeply personal. As they listened, they realized that everything they admired in lasting relationships described the way you always treated people. Patience. Trust. Respect. Consistency. The ability to remain kind even during difficult conversations. They smiled without realizing it because every example reminded them of you. That smile quickly turned into silence as another realization settled into their heart. They had been searching for qualities in other people that had quietly existed in you from the very beginning. They remembered how you never forced anyone to become who they weren't. You simply inspired people by the way you lived. They remembered how your encouragement felt genuine because it came from compassion rather than obligation. They remembered how you celebrated other people's victories without comparison or jealousy. Looking back now, they understand that your greatest gift wasn't something dramatic. It was the feeling of emotional safety you created without even trying. They miss that feeling more than they ever imagined possible. They miss knowing there was someone whose kindness never depended on convenience. They miss conversations that left them feeling lighter instead of exhausted. Those realizations have become impossible to ignore. Don't scroll. Listen to this. This message is for you. Your heart needs this right now. The secret they have carried for so long has continued growing until it now touches every area of their life. They secretly compare every new connection to the peace they experienced with you. They wonder why nothing else feels quite the same. They ask themselves whether life was trying to teach them something they were too distracted to understand at the time. They have stopped blaming circumstances and started accepting responsibility for their own hesitation. That acceptance has changed them. They no longer want relationships built on uncertainty or emotional games. They want honesty. They want trust. They want someone who values growth as much as they do. The more they describe that vision of love in their own mind, the more clearly your face appears. They finally understand that what they admired most wasn't what you had. It was who you were. Character has become more important to them than appearances. Peace has become more valuable than excitement. Authenticity has become more attractive than perfection. Those lessons arrived because of you, even though you never intended to teach them. Don't scroll. Listen to this. This message is for you. Your heart needs this right now. Yet beneath every beautiful realization remains one question they cannot answer. They don't know whether your heart is still open to hearing the truth they have hidden for so long. They wonder if life has already taken you into a completely different chapter. They wonder whether someone else has already recognized the value they were too afraid to acknowledge. Every time those thoughts appear, fear tells them to remain silent. But another voice, quieter and far more honest, keeps whispering that genuine love cannot grow where truth is missing. That quiet voice has become stronger than ever before. It follows them into every sunrise and every sleepless night. They can feel that the season of hiding is slowly coming to an end. They know another moment is approaching, a moment they never expected, where life will place the two of you closer than either of you imagined. When that opportunity finally arrives, they will have to make the biggest decision of their life. They will either continue protecting the secret that has weighed on their heart for so long, or they will finally reveal everything they never wanted you to know, trusting that honesty, whatever the outcome, will set both of your hearts free and begin a chapter neither of you could have imagined before. Don't scroll. Listen to this. This message is for you. Your heart needs this right now. The moment your soulmate has been avoiding for so long is no longer somewhere in the distant future. They can feel it drawing closer with every passing day, and no matter how many times they try to distract themselves, their heart keeps leading them back to the same conclusion. There is a truth that refuses to remain hidden. For so long they believed silence was protecting both of you. They convinced themselves that keeping their emotions locked away would prevent disappointment, avoid awkward conversations, and preserve the memories exactly as they were. But something unexpected has happened. Instead of protecting them, the silence has become a prison. Every unspoken word has grown heavier. Every emotion they refuse to acknowledge has quietly demanded to be heard. They are beginning to understand that some secrets are never meant to stay buried forever. They are meant to transform the people carrying them. This realization has changed the way they see everything. They no longer ask themselves whether they care about you. They already know the answer. The real question has become whether they have enough courage to let you see the truth that has lived inside their heart all this time. Don't scroll. Listen to this. This message is for you. Your heart needs this right now. Over the last few weeks, your soulmate has started noticing something remarkable about themselves. They have become quieter, not because they have lost hope, but because they have begun listening more carefully to their own heart. There was a time when they filled every empty moment with noise. Endless work, endless conversations, endless distractions. Anything to avoid sitting alone with emotions they didn't fully understand. But now those distractions no longer work. Every quiet moment brings your memory back with incredible clarity. They remember the way you made people feel important simply by listening. They remember how your kindness never depended on receiving something in return. They remember the strength you carried during difficult seasons without asking anyone to feel sorry for you. Looking back, they realize those weren't ordinary qualities. They were rare gifts, and they had been standing in front of someone too afraid to recognize them. That understanding has filled them with equal parts gratitude and regret. Gratitude because they experienced someone whose heart was genuine. Regret because they waited so long before fully appreciating what they had witnessed. Don't scroll. Listen to this. This message is for you. Your heart needs this right now. Meanwhile, your own journey has continued unfolding in beautiful ways. You may not always notice your growth because you've lived through it one day at a time, but if you paused today and looked back at the person you used to be, you would see an incredible transformation. You no longer lose yourself trying to make everyone happy. You no longer carry responsibility for healing wounds that were never yours to fix.